As long as God is on your team, then failure is not an option. You cannot pay me enough to change. My integrity is not on auction. This poem doesn't need inspection. This poem gives new direction. I breathe life into this poem. This poem is a resurrection, so check it. I was 12 years old when I came to a crossroad, and I wasn't really sure on which direction to go because on one hand, I was bright and pretty good in school, but all my friends from the streets always seemed so cool. They had the girls and the gear, but all I had was the grades, so I was left with two choices. Switch up or stay a lame, so I decided to change and be something that I wasn't, but it didn't really work because people knew that I was fronting, so once again, I was stuck. I ain't like how God made me, so after a little while, I just started to hate me. Internally rebelled, angry at who I was. I refused to find myself, but I still went out looking for love because I figured that if I could find a girl who could see what I didn't, then I can somehow validate my life through her vision. But what I didn't realize is when you're in that position, then you set yourself up to become codependent. So I tied my self-esteem to any girl I had. Wrote down all my experiences and feelings on the pad, and when I read them back to me, I knew that something was wrong because I had subconsciously turned my pain into a poem, and over the years, my writing has grown. From my soul to the page, and from the page to the head, and from the head to the stage, people felt me. And for the first time in my life, I felt accepted for who I was, and I didn't even have to lie, but I got so good at telling people what was wrong in my life that I forgot that I started writing so I can fix what wasn't right. I forgot I'm not a poet. I'm a person with problems, and I only write them down as a method to solve them. I forgot that poetry shows are just group therapy nights, and my heart's my amplifier. I don't need no mic. I don't need no CDs. I don't need no chat books. I don't need no gimmick. Survival is my hook. I just want to do better. No Pulitzer Prize. Just want to be able to look both of my daughters in the eyes and say, as long as God is on your team, then failure is not an option. You can't pay me enough to change. My integrity is not on auction. This poem doesn't need inspection. This poem gives new direction. I breathe life into this poem. This poem's a resurrection.
Woo!